Hello again and welcome everyone. I'm his most awesomest KnightTrain, casting yet another epic duel between the players here. And with me, as always, is the gold base to my mule.
The Robo so nicely named it twice, DoubleRobo here, casting on Shakuris Plateau. We're going to start with the orange Terran on the right side. We have BeastyQt.
I'm not entirely sure what BeastyQt is talking about in the juggling.
It's a European joke. You wouldn't get it. And on the left side of the map, we have the purple Zerg, Brain. Which, as a note that I made in the last cast, in case you didn't see it, Brain is credited as the Zerg player MoMan in the replay. So we're going to cast him as Brain, just so that what we're talking about matches up with the nameplates, but know that this is MoMan.
Also, if you didn't watch the last cast, what are you doing here? This is like spoiler alert central. Come on now.
Dude, it's like people that like to skip to the end of the book, you know? Do you know people like that?
Actually, I do that all the time.
That always drives me absolutely nuts. And you would do that because you know exactly what to do to drive me nuts.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it drives you crazy, I do it. No, it's like I like to go and like read like the last paragraph, and then I'm like...
But your girlfriend does drive me crazy, so I guess that theory holds true.
Yeah. Well, then I was just like always wondering how it'll all match up, and then it finally does. And it's like an extra
Or you could
sprinkling.
read the book in the way the author intended you to.
Oh, yeah. Complaints. The author schmauthor.
Just as a point, we see Beastie here getting a quick gas. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with that, or if he walls off before the Zerg can see it, although a wall's not going to matter because we see this Overlord coming in here now. So he's going to see this gas no matter what, but he's also going to give away his position in order to do it. So
right. Well, if you're very, very tricky...
Oh, he didn't see it, but that means he doesn't see the gas. So
right. Like he actually... I don't know if he actually saw... I'm looking at his vision right now. I don't think he actually saw the base, or maybe he saw the sparkle on the mineral, something like that.
Yeah, he probably saw that.
Yeah, Overlords actually have one vision range longer than buildings, so a lot of Zergs will just kind of peek over there. They'll see the command center or the nexus, or they'll see the sparkling that goes on the minerals or an SCV or whatever, and then back away. If you're really clever about it, your opponent won't actually see you, so you can see where they are without necessarily giving away your position. Though. As of right here, it didn't really do him any good, though his drone might get up here if he's not careful. Oh, and the Marine comes out. That drone is just dead weight at this point. Though worth pointing out, the Marine and the SCV, I believe, scouting in the wrong direction. So
yeah, so that actually paid off for Brain. It means that
absolutely.
Beastie's not going to know that he's going for a quick expansion. He's going to have his hatchery down before he even sees it. And that's always one of those little touch things that you see from a player that really differentiates a high-level player from just some random player. It really makes a big difference when you can do that kind of stuff.
Bunker going down anyway, I think just to scare Brain here. I was going to note that really bunker pressures don't work when the creep has already started to spread that much. And I don't believe he either got the cancel, though this may be an old replay that doesn't have the cancel tab that shows. But
yeah, if I remember right, this replay was from September, I think. So I think that was before they put in cancel showing up on replays, but that may not be exactly true. I'm not sure.
Well, that's so like Blizz, not going back in time and adding it into all of their replays ever,
I know. What a terrible... Dude, that company is so bad.
I know,
It's almost like they make the best games I've ever played. I don't even... What is wrong with them?
So, yeah, this game we have 4 Zerglings here out on the map. That's a pretty standard number. We do see the standard spine crawler coming out here. And then
Speed starting way sooner here for Brain, so he's going to have that done really fast. And you kind of need to on a map that's this big.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. He is actually getting speed at a reasonable time this game. And we do see, this is a Reactor Hellion expand. Very, very common to see, especially on maps like this. Brain probably expected something like that, and if he was watching his mini-map, he's going to know something like that is coming. He came
off the reactor to build another reactor. Oh, there we go. The barracks is going down. I thought that first reactor just wasn't good enough for him.
Oh, poor reactors. They don't deserve that kind of abuse,
Well, those buildings are always switching back and forth, getting the sloppy seconds. It's no fun. Fourths or fifths.
Well, I don't quite know about that. I'll have to ask a building next time I see him. This Hellion's running up in here. Yep, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just going to say, Brain's starting his own little wall here, which I love to see this from Zerg. You can never do a really full-on wall-off, but if you've ever seen Lenok, he does a really good like Evo Chamber hatch spine crawler wall-off where a queen can fit in the middle.
Right.
Kind of like what Toss do with a core and a Zealot, I mean. So I like to see this. It's a little harder as a Zerg, but it just kind of restricts that Hellion movement and makes it a little easier to stop him. I really like that move here.
Right. Well, and as I know you've mentioned this in another cast, if you're going to build those buildings, you know, you might as well put them somewhere. I mean, high-level StarCraft play is all about that kind of thing, you know, absolutely making the absolute most of everything you create in the game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You could put this evolution chamber anywhere, but you might as well put it at the top of the ramp, so that's going to funnel Hellions this way, or funnel Hellions this way. So, you know, high-level StarCraft's all about that. We actually have an Overlord creeping in here. He doesn't see very much, though, and he's actually going to get driven out. He does see the Tech Lab churning there on the barracks, so he's going to know that, you know, at least at this point, the Terran isn't going full mech. But that's really all he saw right there. I don't even know if that was quite worth it.
Yeah, Beastie's actually been supply blocked, by the way, for a little while now. He's still at 54 supply. All three of his barracks are blocked now, and so is his starport. Still supply blocked. Now that depot's finishing, yeah. So, you know, usually if you're supply blocked for a second or so, it's not going to make too big of a difference. But at this kind of high level, being supply blocked for 4 or 5 seconds makes a huge, huge difference.
Yeah, and we have these 2 medevacs coming out here. He's got control of the tower with those Hellions. And these are going to come in here. Oh, he's actually going to ladder it up. However, there's an Overlord here, so Brain is paying attention. He's going to see this. There's quite enough roaches to take care of this before they land. He doesn't, though, and they're going to be off creep as well. This could do actually quite a fair amount of damage. Stimming in. Oh, actually deciding not worth the effort, pulling back with those medevacs. There was quite a few roaches backed by the queens with some transfuses there. He probably wasn't going to get much done.
Yeah, I actually really like that choice. He's putting the fear into Brain. He's telling him, hey, if you're not watching your base all the time, I'm going to drop you. But he's not really committing to it a ton. And I think both of the players here are saying that there's lag. We were noticing in the last replay when it finished that there were a lot of observers that dropped the game.
Beastie actually accidentally shooting down his own orbital command. I don't even realize if he notices he's doing this. That's actually, this could be really, really bad. Reminds me of that one time. Well, I think it was MMA.
Oh, MMA, yeah, siege tanking his own expansion.
Oh, that hurt to watch. This is almost as painful. I can't even focus on anything else. Watching the health slowly go down. Oh, finally he realizes and now killing his own supply depot.
Oh, that's the neutral supply depot.
Oh, I was like, huh?
Yeah, he really showed that command center who was boss. You know, when those command centers start to get chippy with you, sometimes the only way to get him to follow what you want him to do is...
Speaking of chippy, that's quite a few Zerglings and quite a raggle of roaches there moving out onto the map.
Raggle? I don't even think that's a word.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right. Maybe raggle isn't a word, but it is now. You can
raggle is a word in the sense of rah, 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 rah. So Brain maybe going to bloodlust in here with these units.
There's quite a baggle of banelings morphing in at this tower. This Hellion...
Drop going on, by the way, in the Zerg's base right now. Not a lot of damage being done yet, though.
Oh,
maybe able to get this queen, actually. That's pretty big. So kills the queen at the expansion. That's definitely worth a few Zerglings. And the unit's still in the middle of the map. He doesn't really know what to do with it yet. He doesn't want to give away his banelings yet, but he's having to run his drones away. Now running him back to the base. Ooh. Oh, man, he's going to lose some drones here, and he picks up almost no damage done there to Beastie. Really good drop.
Right, right, and that was actually, I don't think even Beastie realized how good that was. I mean, I can guarantee you this attack would have gone barreling in much sooner if he, you know, Brain had not been kind of preoccupied. However, his tanks are now moving out on the map.
Even right now.
Yeah, this is not good. The Hellions are going to see all of this. He's going to know this is coming.
Good scan.
Yeah, he's going to have to run back, get up that ramp before any banelings hit. Ooh, that was...
Yeah, he's not. It looks like he's not going to be sieged though. If
and he's going to come in anyway.
Siege tank coming in now.
All those Marines are clumped up. Oh, they're running up the ramp. A lot of banelings getting taken out by the siege tanks. Oh, perfect placement by the Marines. The banelings just melting. No one still might make contact. The supply depot is down. Oh, quite a few Marines going down. Now the roaches just kind of have fair play here. Oh, jeez.
So much baneling damage, and once again, Beastie being hurt by his supply depot being down.
Right.
These roaches coming in here. I think the siege tank is going to be able to clean this up at a
more
what cost?
Barreling through here. This is really, really, really not good.
Oh, wow. More lings even coming in here now. Yeah, you're right. I don't even know if he's going to be able to stop this. He's having to pull SCVs, and he's stimming those Marines to death.
Right. There is, worth noting, there is a drop going on, kind of futilely in the main base of Brain here. I mean... Beastie isn't in a terrible position. I mean, he's got this ground, he's got that tank there. However, I think the damage has probably really been done here. We can see 30 workers killed by Brain, and Beastie does manage to clean this up. However, at a pretty
Still
hefty
killing
cost.
SCVs, and now they're finally dead. Yeah, I really the difference between this and game 1 is those siege tanks. He was really able to at least, I mean, that's what stopped him from dying completely, was having those siege tanks out.
And can you imagine if he had gotten caught out in the open out here, you know, with just his tanks, the Banelings would have surrounded everything, all those Marines would have melted. I was terrified in thinking about it.
Another thing that I want to point out, I think that drop saved Beastie a lot more than we were thinking. If you look, Brain is still supply blocked, making 5 overlords. So killing as many overlords as he did, and now attacking this 3rd base, so he knows that that's going down as well. But killing as many overlords as he did really stopped Brain from being able to reinforce this attack.
Right, right. I mean, I think he also, I don't know if he was probably focused on killing the overlords, but Brain had all of his overlords just chilling right here. And so when the drones were pulled, kind of as a reaction, and the queen died, there wasn't much else for Beastie's Marines to attack. So I think it was maybe not something he had really intended to do, but it certainly worked in his favor. If anything, he bought him time and actually taken a supply lead at this point.
Yeah, and he's now fighting the upgrade war, so he's getting +2 weapons, he's getting +1 armor, and he's getting +1 vehicle weapons. I think this is the right choice. He's probably going to stay in siege tanks. Marine tank, kind of the standard for TVZ right now. And we see that Brain is not deviating from the standard either. He's got his Baneling Nest, his Spire. He's still making a few roaches to defend from these drops, but once the Spire's out, he's just probably going to use Mutas.
Ooh, this little Viking coming in here in the back trying to pick off any overlords. I don't think he's actually going to find any. And we see Beastie has come down here. He's taken his 3rd, putting up missile turrets because he knows accurately that Mutas are coming. And Brain actually taking his 4th all the way up here as well, which is pretty common to see. I mean, you got to defend this entrance into this 3rd here, so you might as well take the 4th up here while you're at it.
Yeah, I really like this move by Brain, especially since he's getting Mutas right now. So he's got 10 Mutalisks on the way. He's going to be able to take this base because really all they can get to it is drops now. If you remember, this map used to have rocks to the back of these expansions, but it was pretty imbalanced TVZ, so now it's nothing there. So really the only thing that can stop this 4th base is drops, and with Mutas and +1 coming out, he's not really going to be able to drop him that well.
Right, right, and yeah, Beastie knows his matchups. He knows, you know, his rough timings. The timing's obviously been thrown off a little bit in this game so far, but he knows the Mutas are coming, and he kind of sees his opportunity.
Beastie supply blocked again, by the way.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Beastie.
At 105, he's been supply blocked for about 4 or 5 seconds.
Really, goodness. And he's coming in to attack this 3rd base. He's got these siege tanks back here to prevent any reinforcements. Probably losing a little few Marines to those roaches there. He could have pounded them with the siege tanks. He come in. These bases are really more or less defenseless. We have a lot of Mutalisks coming in here. Very good placement by the Marines, though, and a lot of these Mutalisks going down. Brain needs to be much more careful with those and just throws them
really ill-advised Muta attack here. Oh, wow. And that might actually be the game.
Yeah, that was really bad. I don't think he quite expected. I mean, he saw Marines up here attacking the base, and he thought, oh, well, that's where they all must be, and just hoped he could get a couple tank kills. That was just a miss micro that, yeah, one of those terrible, terrible game-endingly probably miss micros. I would not be surprised.
He's going to try and counter here, or flank with these Banelings, but
he doesn't really have another choice, though these tanks are in a really good position.
Yeah, all those Banelings are clumped up. Good target firing on the Baneling. Able to kill almost all of them.
Banelings almost got
Muta's now dying to these missiles, so...
Yeah. Ooh, this is tough. You and I both trying to talk so much about everything that's going on. Yeah, this is tricky. I would say Brain is probably in trouble here. He's lost his prized Mutalisk flock. His counterattack did basically nothing, and now he's down 2 bases. The units lost tab here really does say it all. That's almost double the resources lost from the Terran player.
Yeah, he lost that 4th base, he lost that 3rd base, and now this game is basically over.
Oh, that was so bad, but so good at the same time. I'm really proud of you. These Marines coming in here, he gets some really good Baneling hits before those tanks siege up, but no, it's not going to happen. A lot of those Banelings dying to tank hits. They were all clumped up, and if it wasn't over before, it is definitely over now. The Terran player, Beastie, had double the supply of his Zerg opponent. These tanks are just going to siege up right on the bottom here, have free reign at the natural. This is just over as far as I'm concerned. A lot of banelings morphing in. The drone's getting pulled as well. He's going to try and hit all these tanks while they're on siege, but it doesn't even matter. Oh, units just dying left and right. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. The pools of blood and death. Oh.
That was actually the name of my autobiography. But yeah, Beastly doing so much, and there's the GG.
Yeah.
So much damage there. And really just great timing. It turns out that supply block actually didn't end up hurting him at all. I really felt like that was going to be the death of him, because Brain had those mutas coming out, and the supply block happened at a time where the Zerg hatched a ton of units, was up about 20 supply when Beastie attacked, and I was really worried for him coming into that attack, but just great timing, great positioning, and really good splitting of his Marines.
Right. Well, I mean, I think if you're going to look to kind of the pivotal moment, letting all those Mutalisks die for nothing was, I mean, if there's anything you never want to run into, it's upgraded Marines backed by a medevac. You know what I mean? If that's one thing that Mutalisks just should not be engaging unless you have very superior numbers, it's that. And he just, throwing all those away, I think really hurt him. You know, once Beastie knew that the Mutalisks were dead, or at least the majority of the Mutalisks were dead, he was able to leave some tanks out here just chilling to, you know, catch for reinforcements and things like that. He was able to, you know, be a little more freer with his Marines to run up snipe bases like he did. I mean, that was really bad. Had those Mutalisks still been alive, Beastie would have had to hug his tanks a lot more, you know, in fear that they got, you know, sniped by the mutas. So that was probably, yeah, the supply block hurt him a lot, but I think if anything got him in this game, or, you know, won the game for Beastie, I should say. That was Brain throwing away those mutas.
Yeah, mutas are really the critical unit in TVZ, the way the metagame is right now. You have to have mutas to snipe those tanks when the Marines aren't there. And if you can't get the tank count down, then you can't come in with your Lings and your Banelings, and there's just no way. There's just no way to come back once you lose those mutas.
Right. Well, I'm super excited, because this means I think probably in the first time we've been recording casts, we're going to a Game 3. So
yeah, we're not getting an artificial tie. By the way, you might want to go to Beastie's main orbital here, and you'll see the 2 supply drops. Wah, wah, wah,
oh, no, I'm actually looking for them right. Oh my goodness, right in the middle too. Oh, for shame, Beastie. All right, well, good game by both those players.